Hi guys, yeah, I just thought I'll just do a little video, just covering my legacy Millennium Falcon. Anybody knows at the moment that they've got the new Smugglers Run Millennium Falcon that's out at the present moment. Yeah, so I just want to show my legacy one once again. Some people have seen this on my previous videos several times already. Just a few things, because basically I just wanted to talk about the front of it, mainly the mandibles at the front, because the thing is that a lot of people sort of like, there had never been many videos based on YouTube about how to deal with the mandibles if you choose to put it back in its box, or if you want to package it in another box or whatever. Now mine was a bit of an unusual story, because the person that I bought this from eBay, I don't think they knew what they were fully doing. And when I actually purchased it, if I show you just by pulling some of these out, I can show you what's actually taken place with these ones that I've actually got. It comes out very, very easily, because if you notice, I've actually taken out that central piece which connects into the back of it, and done it in both. And the reason why I did that is because, and when I actually got it, they seem to have taken the bit out that was actually a part of it. Now, the story is basically is that that wasn't actually to do with them. That was more to do with me, because when they opened it up, they didn't quite put it back the way that it was, and I had a major problem trying to get this one out here. This one was rather difficult to remove, or more or less what basically happened is I couldn't actually put it in properly. And so I found that a piece of the plastic, if you can see just inside there, because I haven't got much light and everything, was slightly kinked out, so it was impossible for me to get this in. So I actually had to open it, unscrew it up, and this central piece here that you can see here, this part was actually upside down, so when you put it in the other way, it was sort of either this side, too much on this side, or too much on that side, you see. So basically I had to open that and swivel that back around. Now the funny thing is that I fixed it and I put it in where it should be and everything, and then I managed to put this in. But when I put this in, as you can see here, put this in, I pulled it back out again just to test it, just to see whether if it can come back out again. It came off. That little connection that goes inside of the Falcon itself came off. You see, it actually broke off. So this is why. So he must have been struggling with it for some time, whoever it is that got it. And so I thought, well, I didn't want to go through that again, because there may be some time that I do want to put this back into its box. You know what I mean? So this is why. Now, somebody's done it on YouTube. Actually, there was a Spanish one, I think, that I saw that did it. And there was also one that was done a few weeks ago, who showed you to avoid this situation so you don't end up damaging these parts here. Because as I said, when I pulled this out, it just came off and it was loose in there. So then therefore I had to open it up again and just get that loose bit out and everything. Possibly you could probably super glue or actually make something to put that back on and everything, but for me it wasn't really that important. You see, this one I couldn't get out at all. I had to open it up and get it out, and then the plastic bit I actually had to add. The plastic part of it I actually had to remove just with a flathead screwdriver and everything, and that comes off quite easily. So therefore I was basically able to do that. So I've got mandibles that don't have that safety attachment. Now the purpose of that safety attachment is just basically to keep it in place, but you have to unscrew it and everything to open it, to basically get it back out again. And that connection that goes onto the top of it, that other part that's in there, that's supposed to be in there, stays on it, and you need a flathead screwdriver to basically get rid of it all. So basically, what I've been able to deal with is this, because and even if you do this, it still sort of stays in place even when you put it upside down and everything. So it's not a disaster at the end of the day. It's just easier just to basically slide it out and practically or put it back in, but slide it out if you want to put it back in the box again, because that's what I was worried about, that I may have to find another box if I ever chose to sell it or anything like that. Now I just simply got those bits anyway, so if I take this bit off here, raise up a little bit, and I safely put them in the compartment here, if I can find them. This compartment, yes, and I've got them both in there. So these are the bits that I'm talking about. These are the bits that are originally, that's actually inside that central piece. That is actually it's just simply a safety mechanism just to keep it in place, and that would normally have gone in there, but I decided to take them out completely. So if you choose to buy the Smugglers Run, or you do get a legacy that is unopened or boxed, unscrew it, take these out just for safety reasons if you want to put it back in the box, and then you can then put the mandibles in. The mandibles will not drop out, so you shouldn't have a problem with that at all, you know, basically. So I kept those two out this time, even though that I could basically keep them in because of current circumstances, I could actually keep them in, but I chose to basically take them out anyway. So then, if I ever do decide to get the Smugglers Run Millennium Falcon, at least I can actually turn around and say, well, look, I know, you know, I won't have to worry about that part of it, because one of the highlights of that part was what made it really, really good was to what made that part well, just to make it whole, really, at the end of the day. So therefore, you know, but it's just a safety. You obviously do not hold it from those mandibles once you do this, because otherwise, if you do hold it from these mandibles, it is quite likely that it will, the rest of the Falcon itself, the rest of the toy itself will just drop off and fall on the floor, and then you've got a damaged machine, you know. So otherwise, just good. I'm glad I worked out what he did there, because I don't think he quite knew fully what he was doing when he was basically trying to take the mandibles out. From the pictures he showed on eBay, he had them in, and I think he had a bit of a nightmare trying to get them out, because he talked about how he got the box was a bit beat up, but he had the molds in the box, and I think it's really just getting it back in the molds of the box, as well as also having the box itself, and that's why. And I think most people would prefer to do that if they could, if they wanted to put it in storage or moving house or whatever like that. That really helps the cause 10 times over. So this is why. So at the end of the day, it's very, very useful information. And when I was trying to work out how to actually deal with this situation before, I only saw something in Spanish about it. So there was a guy in Spanish that sort of showed you how to do all that and everything. And it's only been a few weeks, and there was one just up a few weeks ago showing you, because he had one of the vintage ones that came from Toys R Us or everything like that, and he ordered that online and showed you what he did with that version. So I assume the same thing would be with the Smugglers Run and everything, where you just simply take it, you just basically, if you do get it, before you put these in, just make sure that you unscrew it all, take out those two little plastic bits, yeah, just simply remove them. They come out quite easily after there's about 12 screws at the bottom. I don't really want to move this that much, but there's I think there's 5 on this side, and there'll be 6 on this side, including the bottom of the cockpit as well. Move them, it should widen up quite well, and you should be able to get those two mandible bits, those two connecting bits out, and then just simply all you got to do, just take them out, and then you don't have to touch the little knobs that's on this part of the mandibles at all. Okay, you should just be able to slide in, and they just should easily just come out very, very easily. So even with one finger, you can just see how easily it just comes out, you know, and everything. And it actually stays in. The funny thing is, it actually does stay in, you know what I mean? So even when you tip it right, you know, upside down, or you tip it like with these facing downwards, they just don't come out. So it's really, really good, you know. So anyway, so you know, so that's one of the advantages of actually having that, you know. And it all fits perfectly in place, and the lights still come on. So I mean, that's the main thing, because I think that's one of the highlights of this sort of vehicle, that, you know, you just want to get those lights, make sure that those lights are okay, and if those lights are okay, then you've got no issues there at all, you know. This is the main part where you actually see them flashing, and that really does show that it's fully working. Okay guys, so that's just another little video, because people seem to like the videos that I was putting up on the Facebook groups and everything, so I just thought I'll just do another one, just covering that part and everything. I was able to get that little bit out because it was actually rattling in, it was actually moving about in there when you turn it side by side and everything, and it was just irritating me. So I thought, oh well, I've got some free time, I might as well just get that sorted out and get that out of the way. And it just literally slipped out after I opened it, moved it around a little bit, and then it all came out. Okay, so okay guys, okay, take it easy, have a good day, and I will catch you guys later. Take it easy.